it was a very bad experience. In fact, I can say it's the worst experience I've ever experienced in my life because since I was born, I've never undergone such. In fact, I don't know what to call it, whether constraincy or suffering. It was a lot. What happened was, it was on Thursday night, that is on 20th of November. All of us went to bed. It was around that 12 to 1 o'clock a.m. So all of us went to bed. All of a sudden, we just woke up, begins to realize some strange noise around, like shouting kai 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 and sound of bikes everywhere. So we waked up. There's nothing we can do. They have surrounded everywhere, bikes, people running helter skelter. So myself and my family, we decided to stay in. We didn't make any move. We just switched off every light in our room. So some few moments later, they now came to our door. They begins to knock, and we refused to open initially. They shouted, threatening us that if we didn't open the door, they are going to shoot. We insist, we refused to open the door. So they went and brought one of my colleagues. His name is Mr. Godwin. They brought him to my door. They asked him to speak to me to open the door, or else they are going to fire him. So he came, he started pleading with me, I should please open, just for the sake of his life. So that is when I opened my door. Immediately I opened my door, four of them rushed me with their guns. They asked me to lie down. They tear my curtain and use it to tie my hands backward. And they picked me and placed me on top of a bike down to the school gate. That is where they brought me. So that is where I met the students, my colleagues, many of us. So we started the joining. We started trekking. So before they now started using their bikes to be fetching part of us, like if they fetch, they will take us like maybe let me just say 5 kilometers away and drop, come back, pick others. That was the system they used. If they finish, they will still continue from where they dropped those ones another 5 kilometers away. That is how they started the movement till we get to inside this village called Kanun. So there was a mountain there. That is where we arrived at around 5 o'clock a.m. So they did their morning prayer there while all of us sat down. So when we sat down, they finished their prayer. They selected the little ones and the women. They put them on bikes. While we, the grown-up ones, we begin to run inside the bush. We started running and they are chasing us. They are chasing us, asking us to run, move faster, move faster. There was a plane that was roaming about at that very moment. So whenever the plane comes around where we are, they ask us to go into the grasses and hide. So when we hide, if the plane left our premise and the side we are, then they will now ask us to stand up and continue the. So that is how we started going. That's how we started going till we reach a very particular place there. All we are thinking is their camp. So they asked us to sit down. We sat. Many of us lie down. We, we waited there for more than 3 hours before they asked us to start another movement again. So we started the movement. We still arrive in another place again. That is where they asked some of our women to prepare tuwo masara and me and kuka. It was the one they gave to the children. Though it's not all of us that, because of our population, the food could not go around. So some of us ate, and while some of us, we the grown-up ones, sacrificed for the younger ones. So thinking that maybe this is where they are taking us to, they still said the journey is still far. That anybody that want to drink water, he should drink enough water. We still have a long way to go. We started that journey till That was a Friday till another 12 a.m. that particular Friday before we finally get to where they are taking us to. So when we get there, the following day, that was Saturday, they separated us, the women and the children. They separate them from we, the grown-up men. So we, the grown-up men, they tie our hands backward towards the elbow. They tie us backward like this and they cover our faces. And they took us with bikes to an unknown place. We don't even know the direction where we are heading to because all our faces were covered. So we started going till where we get to where they asked us to drop down. All of us dropped down. So they started leading us to a particular place. They will ask you to bend. When you bend, they will not ask you to start going, start going. So that's how we enter a particular place where they kept all of us. Right from that day, that was the day, and that was the Saturday of that that day that they took us to the bush. So the moment they locked us up, some minutes later, when we realized that their movement was somehow quiet, so some of us started opening if we can see around. So we realized that the place where they took us was made up of planks. They just used planks and make it just like rooms. But it's not a building, it was planks that they used. So that is where they kept us. So from there, we eat twice every day. Eat in the morning and evening. And it's still the same food, the tuwo masara and miyan kuka. So the only thing, they only open that door for us maybe when you pleaded that you want to defecate or you want to urinate. And you have to beg, 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 beg before they will now come and open you. And if they open, you went and urinate, you come back and they will lock you. The height of the place is not even up to how you can stand straight. You just bend inside. So our own is we sit down. If you're tired of sitting, you lie down. If you're tired of lying down, you sit. So that was how we started from that 22 of that November, that is the Saturday that we arrived there, till when they still came and said, teachers come outside, today you'll be going home. So that's the few experience. It was these two promises I've promised myself, that even at the point of death, I will not deny my faith and I will not deny my profession. So even if they ask me, I'm a teacher, I will stand and say I'm a teacher. If they ask me, am I a Christian, I'm ready to stand as a Christian. There was this little debate we even had with them. I think it was 2 weeks after. So 3 of their malams, they came. So when they came, they now asked the boys that are guiding us to bring us outside. So when they brought us out, they asked us to sit down. All of us seated down. So the man started with, first of all, he greeted all of us. We answered him. He now asked, we are Christians, right? We say yes. Which denomination? Are we Catholics? We say yes, Catholics. He said, okay. But that school, who owns the school? Is it government school? We say no, it's a private school. He said, who owns the school? We told him that the school is Catholic school. It's Catholics that owns the school. He said, okay. They know Catholic very well. At least they know that Catholic is the denomination that give birth to other denomination in Christian body. We said yes. So he now said, all of us, we and then, we are children of the same father and the same mother. That is through Adam and Eve. Adam was the first man that God created, and every living person on this earth is an offspring of Adam. Did we know that? We all say yes, we know that. He said they don't have problem with Christians. Though they have problem with Christian, but the problem they have with Christian is not much. It's just a little problem they have with Christian. Because even their prophet told them about Jesus Christ. So they believe on Jesus Christ. Even in their worship, they shout hallelujah, but they have their own way of shouting it in Arab way. He said it, but I can't recall because I cannot speak Arab.